Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the World's Best Dad Show. We may be changing the name of the show here soon because there might be another show already with that name, in which case we will.
Right. We received a lawyer letter, and a couple of big guys in shiny suits came by the house the other day, and they had a different way of saying shame, and frankly, it forced me to respond. So yeah, we need to think about a different
We
one.
we may, but we'll see what happens. But either way, it'll still be on the same YouTube channel and the same podcast
Mhm.
feed. We may just end up changing the name. But for now, it's the World's Best Dad Show, and you're here with the two of the world's best dads, Adam and Brian. Come on.
Look at these faces.
Come
These are
on,
good
bro.
dads right here. Come on.
These are not the faces of like playboys who are out and about running the streets. We're at home taking care of the family, bro.
That's right. These are faces of guys that used to be playboys out running the street, but now we're domesticated. We're settled down.
All
We
right,
could
couple.
be doing that. It's just like my hair, Adam. I got a full head of bushy, curly hair if I want it, but I don't want it. I choose to shave. That's all
That's
I'm
not
saying.
that's not the lifestyle that you've chosen to live. No. All right. So Brian, let's just quickly take care of a little bit of business. We own Fortunato chocolate. If anybody's listening to this and you would like some delicious high quality chocolate, check out www.fortunatochocolate.com. And also, I always get this messed up. Anyways, in the background here is a picture of the book Finding Fortunato. It's about our time doing business in the northern Peruvian jungle, buying cacao. Brian lived in the jungle for 10 years with cacao farmers. The book's coming out June 4th, 2024. If you like good books, why not click on the link that's in the description? Check out the Amazon page and maybe pick up a copy. Yes?
Absolutely. And yes, emphatically yes. And I want to say something, Adam. I've read a lot of books in my life, couple dozen at least. No, I'm kidding. Thousands of books in my life. I love to read.
Thousands. You went
Thousands
from a
of books
couple
in my
dozen
life.
up to thousands.
And I'm not just blowing smoke here because you're my bro, but I got to tell you, that's a well-written book. It's a good book. It's an entertaining read. You done good, kid.
I wrote the book, but the story's about you. So mostly about you and about our
Yeah,
chocolate
I did
business.
good by living a crazy life, and you did good by relating it in a very, very readable way.
There you go. So it's a team effort, like most successful endeavors, a team effort.
Correct.
Okay, two last things. First, if you like the show and you'd like to know when we're putting out new episodes, which will mostly be a new episode, 10 to 15, 20 minutes every day, 5 days a week, go ahead and subscribe. And then also, if you like the show, why not go ahead and hit the thumbs up button? As the kids
That's
say,
right.
mash the like button.
Yeah. And
And if you
now I have a question. So, like, where's the button? Is there something on my laptop that I would actually mash, or can you describe what clicking like actually entails? Do I press a button on my keyboard? How does it work, Adam?
Brian, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. Brian, didn't you
Okay.
used to have a voice? This people listening to this might not even remember answering machines. Didn't
Yeah.
you used to have an answering machine message with Homer Simpson that
It
said
was
you
my favorite. Yes, it was one of my favorite sound bites from The Simpsons. It was the old. I don't know anyone who's listening. I'm going to date myself here, but when he used to pick up a phone line and it wasn't working or a call didn't go through, it would go doo doo doo, a three tone. And there was a famous joke from The Simpsons. It went doo doo doo. The fingers you have used to press that button are too fat. Please mash the keypad with your palm now. And I had that as my answering machine message for many years.
would
Yes.
you say that that's your all-time most successful answering machine message?
I got a lot of confused, like, am I leaving the message? I got a lot of confusion and some knowing chuckles. Yes,
I,
but
I
I enjoyed it immensely.
I believe I have the all-time greatest voicemail message that anybody ever put on their voicemail. You ready to hear it?
Sure, let's hear it.
Who sang the song "I Feel Like Making Love"? Was it Foreigner?
No, Boston.
Boston. All right. So I answer. Someone calls, it goes to voicemail, and it says, "Hey, you've reached Adam. I'm not here, but wherever I am, rest assured that I." And then it came on. I held the phone up to
Feel
the.
like making feel like making love.
I feel
Bum,
like
bum,
making
bum.
love.
All right,
You
that's
like
good.
that?
That's quality, high quality,
You
and also kind of a little blue,
it's
working blue there, a little
it's
off color. I
cheeky.
like,
It was
yeah,
cheeky.
yes,
It was a little
cheeky,
cheeky. Yeah, it was a little cheeky.
absolutely.
All right, Brian, you're on the road and you're so dedicated to the show that you stopped your family vacation to
That's
record
right.
an episode here.
I told them, I don't, kids, I don't care what's going on with you. I got to record the fathering podcast. I know there's medical problems right now. And you need to go to the urgent care. I don't care. I have a
Irony.
podcast to do.
Great
I have the
irony.
world's best dad show to record.
Great irony, Brian.
Yeah.
But this is how much we care about the listening audience. We're trying to help you fathers out there with
Yes.
some of the hard-earned lessons that we've earned from You've been a dad for 16 years now, man. That's
I've been a
crazy.
dad for 16 years. That's correct. Yep.
Okay.
Long time.
All right. So here's the show's theme, and we're gonna get through it pretty quick here.
Yeah.
What do you wish you knew before you had your first child? What's the piece of advice that you wish somebody would have given to you before
Mhm.
you had your first child, which was your daughter, Amara, who's 16 now?
So I'm going to start. I'm an ops guy, so this is going to be purely functional advice. Always have a rag in your back pocket. Always have a burpee rag in your back pocket. And when the baby's asleep, you be asleep. If it's dark outside and the baby's asleep, you be asleep. When the baby goes to sleep and it's dark outside, that's not your time to catch up on anything. That's your time to sleep. Sleep.
Catch some
When
Z's.
they're sleeping, you sleep. Because you won't, if they're not sleeping, you won't be sleeping. So always have a spit rag. Be sleeping when they're sleeping if it's dark outside.
Yep. And I got 3 kids, and
Mhm.
what I would offer
You've
up
been a dad for coming on 12 years now, right?
12 years, and I would offer up some
Oof.
similar advice, which is when it's baby shower time, you only need 3 things. Like Brian just said, ask for a whole bunch of spit rags.
Oh yeah.
You're always gonna need a spit rag, dude.
The drooly things and the spit rags. It's all about whatever liquid's coming out of your kid, you're gonna have to clean it up. And it's gonna be you.
For at least the first year,
Oof.
you're always gonna need a spit rag on you.
Oh yeah.
And
have it in your pocket, just keep it there because not only this, let me tell you something. New moms are tired. They're tired, they're exhausted, and
they take the brunt. They do the brunt of the work.
They do the brunt of the work. They've been through the most traumatic experience you can have. Like they're tired and they're cranky. You whip out that spit rag and you got it ready to go. Points, dad points. Boom.
Yeah, and just the baby really doesn't even want a dad. They'll settle for you, but they want their mom. So moms are doing the vast bulk of all the work with a baby.
Boy, that's really, being a mom for that first year, that is rough, dude.
So anything you could do to help out your wife really is important, and you should do it. On principle, you should do it, and also for pragmatic reasons to keep your feet
do it selfishly if you want, because it will make your life better.
Yeah. So at the baby shower, I would only ask for these things right here. All the stuff that you get at a baby shower is
you don't need fancy
crap.
Anything. You don't need fancy anything. That's right.
Crap load of diapers. You're changing diapers all the time.
And only like 2 bags of the newborn diapers, and then you want the smalls, like the extra smalls. The newborns you don't need them.
All the spit rags that you could fit into your car and take home with you.
Yes.
And then onesies. You're always going to onesies. You gotta have them onesies. That's all you need right there, man. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. You need like 2 or 3 newborn onesies, and then they're immediately into the 3 to 6 month ones. So you don't need a lot of newborn stuff. You don't need fancy stuff. You don't need a diaper compactor. You don't need this. You don't need any of that stuff. You need spit rags. You need endless amounts of patience, love. You need to be someone who's not easily discouraged. Your wife's going to be upset a lot of the time, and you can't take it personal. And you need spit rags, diapers, and onesies. Yeah, that covers it.
And be ready to just grind it out with nobody giving you any kudos. Because
that's right.
You're not the one doing like the hardest part of the job. So it's not like the person who's really working super, super hard is going to give you like a big up for doing a minor job. So
that's right.
Heads up, you're going to be working hard and grinding it out with little recognition. And that's par for the course.
It's just your biological job. That's what you're made for, and you got to do it.
All right. Now, Brian, I'm going to give one here. The average.
Now, moving forward, now we're out of the newborn phase.
Hold on. Let me just give one more here. That's important to me. That I think is important. The average lifespan of a human being in the United States, and it's roughly.
Wait, I want to guess. I'm going to say 75.8 years.
I think it's 77 in the United States. But in Peru, it's 75.
Long-lived Americans. Come on.
But I once compared it to Peru, and it's like 75. So that shows you the difference in per capita income between Peru and the United States only leads to like an extra year and a half of lifespan, which is pretty interesting. So I just want to also say, because I know one of the concerns I have was I had no idea, like, how am I going to keep this child alive? I have no experience keeping a baby alive. It's worried
a big fear. It's a big fear.
But after having 3 kids, it actually comes quite natural to dads and mothers to keep their child alive, as evidenced by the fact that the average lifespan of human beings is 77 years. The natural state of affairs is for human beings to stay alive. So I just want to give you assurance to new fathers out there. you're probably going to naturally be better than you think. All right,
That's right.
it.
Yep.
All right, go ahead, Brian. One piece of advice out of baby phase, just
Okay.
as a dad.
For the ongoing time period, in the 0 to 16 year range, that would be, let them know. Yeah, I've heard you say this before. The kids want to know their mom loves them and their dad's proud of them. I would just say this: hug them up, love them up, kiss them up, snuggle them up, and let them know how proud you are of them and how much you love them at all times. Like, a lot of us grew up with dads who maybe weren't that emotionally expressive or physical or whatever. Forget about all that. Hug them up, love them up, get those snuggles while you can, and let them know how much you love them all the time. Give them lots of kisses, and most of all, let them know how proud you are of them. Don't condition your pride on results. Let them know how proud you are of them just because of the person they are.
That's
that is what's going to help them. You want them to not have daddy issues? Let them know how proud you are of them, and don't make it conditional.
And you said the word, don't make it conditional. And
That's right.
Obviously you're going to have to correct your kids.
Well, yeah.
That comes with the territory, but
you're not proud of their behavior. You're proud of them, the person.
Yeah, and just let them know that you dig them as a person and love them based on nothing, just like you said it, Brian, based on nothing else other than they are who they are and you think they're awesome. And that's right. That goes
give them their yayas when they do something good, but don't restrict it to that. Don't make it conditional. Let them know how proud you are of them just because they're a good kid. If you see them doing something, if you see them pick up a little piece of trash, if you see them be nice to their friend, something that they're doing when it's not for show, because there's going to be a lot of look at me, daddy, but it's not, notice something, notice anything. Let them know how proud you are of them. Let me tell you, they will shine with pride. They will absolutely glow with pride, and that will help them become the actualized person they need to be.
And it'll wire them for self-esteem for the rest of their life.
That's right.
Which will help them achieve goals and live a good, productive life. I'm just going to give one, and I know a lot of first-time parents make this mistake. I don't know if you did, but I know I made this mistake, and I've talked to other parents who have made this. With your first kid, you're going to want to you're going to just naturally be looking at development milestones and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if your kid's like hitting milestones early, you're going to think you're hot crap. And you may even go so far as to try to keep your kid and help them be advanced. That is a way to make your kid neurotic. That is a way to make your kid neurotic.
Yeah. Don't be worried about the milestones. Don't be worried about whether they're in front of them or behind them. It's really not important.
It doesn't. And by pushing even a baby or an infant or a toddler to develop faster than their natural pace, I'm telling you, it's going to make them get up inside their head and overanalyze everything that they do. And there's a book about this called Birth Order, where oldest siblings tend to have this neurosis because their parents had some idealized version of what a child should be, and they pushed them too hard towards some goal that the parent had instead of letting the child develop naturally. So that's mine. Let the kid develop
that's
naturally.
A great one.
I'll tell you, for who they are.
2 dads with 5 kids. We've earned the right to know a few things, and those are both solid pieces of advice.
This is a short one today, Brian. You got anything else to add?
I got nothing to add except I want to say one thing. So I'm on vacation with my family. We're at we're a snowboarding family, and we're at a snowboarding place. And I got to tell you, here's one other little piece of advice, and this is like not fundamental to the development of your kid or whatever, but if you can possibly share an activity with your kid, if you can share an activity. So today I went snowboarding with my son, and he's a great little snowboarder. I'm a pretty proficient snowboarder, but having a little snowboarding buddy who wants nothing more than to snowboard with dad, let me tell you something. It's awesome. If you can possibly share a hobby with your kid, there's just about nothing better in this world than being able to go out and do your thing with your kid and have a little buddy who will do that with you. My daughter snowboards also. She's not able to make this trip, but if you can share a hobby with your kid, boy, oh boy, that's a big bonus. That's some really good fathering time.
Quick question about that. How old do you think a kid has to be before you could start to develop that?
To develop what? The ability to do
just
something?
Just like the hobby. No, like that, the idea of a shared hobby.
Like 6, 7, 8 years old, something like that. I think that's about the time when you could try to do it. It could be fishing, it could be reading, it could be building, engineering, it could be anything. But if you can share a hobby, something that dad loves to do, and you can bring the kid into it, first off, the kid's going to love it almost certainly because dad loves it. and you're going to have a buddy to do it with, and you're going to feel so much pride and joy of watching your kid start to do that and start to get proficient at that. It's the best feeling in the world. It's better. I would rather watch him get great at it than be great at it myself.
Hey, and like you said, right around that age 6, 7, 8 is when you get to start being friends with your kids.
Yeah.
And they start to be cool. Like they got their opinions and they got their little insights and they have some
He wants to have
experience.
a helmet a certain color. He's got his own sense of fashion.
And they're
It's
funny.
like having a little, you got a buddy. You got a riding buddy.
Yeah. And
It's
right
the
around,
best.
and so right around that age is when you get to really start being friends with your kid. And they're just cool to hang out with.
Yeah.
Just setting aside the fact that you're your kid, it's like that's your friend. And so
Yeah.
if you could get them into a similar hobby, now you got a
And-
friend who will go with you all over the place.
And if it's the thing that you do and spend a lot of time on, it'll let you spend a lot of time with your kid, and that's going to be valuable, valuable time.
Beautiful. All right, let's wrap it up because I know you're short on time.
I
Again,
am.
check out www.fortunatochocolate.com. Like, subscribe. Finding Fortunato. I always mess that up because I got the mirror on. I try to adjust my headset and I adjust it in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh.
All right. Thank you everybody for your time. And maybe we'll be back tomorrow together. If not, then I'll fly solo and we'll just see what happens.
Thanks for listening, guys. We
All right,
appreciate it.
bro. Have a nice one.